Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to provide some feedback on NDP government's third quarter fiscal update 2015 and 16. Today's update paints a bleak picture for our economy and the complete inaction of NDP government. Our economy is set to contract by 2.6% over 2 years in Alberta. And what's the government's response? Increase spending by over $1.2 billion, raise taxes on individuals and businesses, bring in $3 billion carbon tax, raise the minimum wage 50%, and increase red tape and regulations. When the economy is hurting, the one rule for governments to follow is to do no harm. And this government has done exactly the opposite. Instead, it has chosen to simply increase spending on operations and create chaos in Alberta's economy. Wildrose put forward over $1 billion in savings alone during the campaign that would not harm frontline services, and we are disappointed the NDP have not followed up with several of these recommendations. Showing this type of constraint on spending would show investors Alberta is ready to take its spending problems seriously and would protect Albertans from future tax increases down the line. In terms of capital planning, the Q3 update shows $950 million less than projected in the budget and the distinct lack of an infrastructure spending priority list, which continues to be put off by NDP government. A list of this kind would ensure that we have both measured spending as well as a clear timeline for projects in our province. Particularly of note is $286 million less of education capital spending in Q3 as compared to the budget. We need to know which school projects are being delayed and the impact it will have on our education system. While NDP government claims to be making job creation and economic diversification their key priorities, their results to date are laughable. We have yet to see any deficit from the NDP's $250 million job subsidy program. In the coming weeks, Wildrose will be putting forward a job creation plan that will see real results. The NDP government must take into consideration the destabilization of our credit rating. Without a prudent fiscal plan being delivered this spring in the budget, and in particular getting our operational spending under control, our province is at serious risk of credit downgrade. A credit downgrade would have serious implications on debt servicing costs for not only the province, but also for the municipalities that rely on our credit rating. Furthermore, a credit downgrade would send yet another signal from the NDP government that Alberta is less friendly place to invest under the NDP government. The Q3 update has oil at $45 a barrel for WTI. As we all know, in the last quarter of the fiscal year, we have been hovering closer to the $30 mark. This means that things will be getting worse before they get better. Saudi Arabia's oil minister confirmed yesterday in Houston, Texas, that cuts to Saudi production to drive up prices will not be happening. As we look at the results of the Q3 update, as well as the NDP government's record to date, Albertans are left with a deep sense of frustration. The NDP's $3 billion carbon tax was supposed to give us social license for pipelines, but has actually done anything but. The NDP government is showing itself to be out of touch with the economic reality Albertans are facing. More than 70,000 Albertans who lost their job in 2015 are looking for solutions. They can have confidence that Wildrose will be holding the government to account and developing common sense solutions. With that, thank you. I'm happy to take your questions.
Well, it could be a $10 million deficit next year. Time for the NDP to perhaps change its long-term economic plan?
Well, as recently as year of last year end, they said the budget deficit is $5 billion. Now they're saying it will be close to $10 billion. So it's, without seeing the actual numbers, it's hard to predict anything, but yeah, it will be prudent on NDP's part to look at wasteful spending.
But fundamentally, their plan is keep the jobs, find savings where you can, keep investing in infrastructure. Is that their best plan, given a $10 million deficit?
It's a hell lot of money when you talk about $10 million, but their plan is not working. Nobody is blaming them for the oil price, but how they responded to the situation is hurting Alberta's economy.
Does the Waterous have a common sense plan to deal with a $10 billion deficit?
We do, and so we are advocating for projects that will bring the Alberta advantage back by improving the economic conditions. So that's why we have been advocating for these pipeline projects, 3 shovel-ready pipeline projects, which doesn't include any public dollars. It's all private investment, and that would create 10,000 more jobs, and that will bring more revenues to the government.
But $10 billion seems like it would be a bigger problem than just getting 3 pipelines built.
Well, it is. That's why we need to look at spending. Alberta, Wildrose has always been saying Alberta has a spending problem, not revenue problem, but the previous governments could have done better.
Thank you.
Thank you.